Kaitlyn, you talked about, how the moment hasn't really settled in for you yet, that you're playing for a national championship. Over these past few hours, has it really started to settle in for you that, you're playing for a national championship on Sunday?
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Kaitlyn, Paige won the Nancy Lieberman Award, top point guard in the country. What's it been like playing with her and for her to get that honor, particularly since you're a point guard?
It's incredible. Obviously, Paige is such a talented player, and she's one of the best passers I know and I've ever played with, and she makes playing with her incredibly easy, just because of the type of player she is. And honestly, just super, super happy for her. She deserves all the awards and more.
What's the biggest thing you've been able to learn from Paige, even in the one season you've been able to play with her?
I think just watching how she handles herself and how she plays on the court, just watching her decision making and little things like that.
Hi, Kaitlyn. Maya Ellison with Rising Media Stars. I gotta ask you, I want to know what makes you all so different, so rare, so uncommon heading into tonight's game?
I feel like we have a really special team. I think we play together extremely well, and just knowing that we all have each other's back, and it's always the five of us against anyone else, or the five people on the court against anyone else.
I gotta ask you a personal question. We see your parents supporting you throughout this entire journey. Tell us a little bit about how they've been there every step of the way. Even today, have you talked to them?
Yeah, I was texting my mom earlier, but they mean so much to me. They've been there for me through everything since I was a kid, and they'd sit through 2-hour AAU practices, drive me to tournaments every weekend. I wouldn't be where I am without them, and I've been lucky enough to have them. I've been lucky enough to have them at so many of my games this past year and even my time at Princeton, and I'm just happy to be able to experience this journey with them.
When you first came to UConn, first step foot in stores, I'm sure this was the long-term goal, but now to be a night before you're going to play for a national championship, has that sunk in for you, and kind of everything that you came to UConn for is hopefully coming to fruition?
Yeah, I think it's sunk in a little bit. Haven't really thought too much about everything, sort of just focusing on tomorrow and the basketball part of it more than everything else.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Obviously, such a short time to prepare, but what's been the game prep been like for South Carolina these past few hours?
South Carolina is a really, really great team. We played them earlier this year. Our coaches will have a really good game plan for us, and just looking forward to figuring it out together and executing.